Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone around the world. Thank you so much for joining us today. In this meeting's 30-year history, this is the first time it has ever been held virtually. This annual International Rotaract meeting is about gathering on a global level to share our successes, address common challenges, and to inspire us to move forward to the next year of action. My name is Elyse Lin. I'm from Taipei, Taiwan. I'm your co-chair of Rotary International Rotaract Committee this year. Welcome everyone to the 2020 Rotaract Postconvention. And now I would like to introduce you to my co-chair, Ronald.
Thank you, Elyse. And this is a great time ever post-convention in 30 years. My name is Ronald Kawaddwa from Uganda. And this year I have been the co-chair for the Rotary International Rotaract Committee 2019-2020. Amazing works and speakers that we're going to see over the next 2 days. And surely we invite every one of us from all over the world to join us. Thank you for joining us from wherever you are.
Now let's talk about what you can expect from our virtual event. During today and tomorrow's general sessions, you will hear from Rotary International leadership and receive global updates on the world of Rotaract. Tomorrow at 8 a.m. Central Daylight Time, we will join together in a live stream for a dynamic conversation on the elevation of Rotaract. Rotaractors from around the world have put together a variety of recorded workshops for you to view on demand throughout the next 2 days on topics that range from membership to virtual event planning to diversity. We hope you make the most of the next 2 days of learning and sharing and have lots of fun along the way.
Now, let us talk about accessing the sessions. Once you are on the main web page for the post-convention, you'll see tabs for day 1 and day 2. Pre-recorded sessions will end today. You can go back and watch these wherever you want. It's an English-only meeting. And so all sessions will be recorded and will be in English. Rotaractors all over the world, we are so excited that you have joined us around the world. Share with us on social media where you're watching from using hashtag Rotaract20. Like I said in the beginning, I am watching from Kampala in Uganda on a bright Sunday at 10 a.m. experience that I'll be sharing with you throughout the post-convention.
And I'm watching from Taipei, Taiwan. Well, we can't recognize every country Rotaractors are watching from during our shortened general session. We can recognize the flag that unites us all, which is Rotaract. And now, for our first speaker, let's hear from the Rotary International President. A Rotarian since 1980, Mark Maloney has served as an Rotary International Director, Foundation Trustee, and Vice Chair. He also has participated in the Council on Legislation as Chair, Vice Chair, Parliamentarian, and Trainer. His wife, Gay, is a member and past president of the Rotary Club of Decatur District, Alabama, USA. Both Mark and Gay are Paul Harris Fellows, major donors, and Big Quest Society members. Included in all of those achievements is one near and dear to our hearts. President-elect Mark Maloney is the first Rotary International President to invite Rotaractors to join district governors-elect at International Assembly. He also showed extraordinary leadership by appointing the Elevate Rotaract Task Force to help us really define what elevating Rotaract means and oversaw some great policy transformations through as the leader of our board of directors. We are excited and honored to welcome President Mark Maloney.
Thank you, Elyse and Ronald, for that warm and gracious introduction. Rotaract has meant a great deal to me during my tenure as Rotary International President, and it was my great pleasure to help Rotaract clubs become full participants in Rotary International. Look, I do not need to tell you that these have been some strange times and that we have all increased our ability to adapt. But what I find so inspiring throughout it all is the way Rotaractors have taken it in stride and continued to take a leadership role in Rotary. During the coronavirus lockdown, Rotaractors around the world have done some amazing things. From the Rotaract Club of Capital City, New Delhi, helping to distribute food rations to needy families, to Rotaractors in Cubao, Philippines, making and distributing masks, to a Ugandan Rotaractor walking 4 kilometers to deliver medical supplies to vulnerable populations, to Kumamoto Rotaract North in Japan, setting up online meetings to keep Rotaractors connected. Rotaractors are connecting the world like never before. I never anticipated when I chose the theme, Rotary Connects the World, that it would actually be a challenge to continue that great calling throughout my tenure. We all take for granted how easy it is to hop on an airplane, travel the world, and meet with Rotary friends wherever we land. In this time of the pandemic, those connections have been tested, but we have risen to the challenge. And now Rotary Connects the World is more meaningful to me than ever. Rotaract is also more meaningful to me. Looking back at my 3-year journey from Rotary International President nominee to the end of my presidential tenure, nothing has changed more than the status of Rotaract and the incredible opportunities that lie ahead for you. In January 2019, I was the first Rotary President-elect to welcome Rotaractors to our International Assembly. At the time, there was more than a little concern about how that would turn out. But it was such a smashing success that now people just expect it to continue year after year. There is no guarantee that it will, but I like the chances of it becoming an annual feature of the Assembly. I also helped create the Elevate Rotaract Task Force to help adapt policy to enhance the Rotaract experience in light of the change of status that began last July. Perhaps my proudest achievement of all was crafting the legislation and helping to steer transformational policy changes through the Council on Legislation. While there was strong momentum at the time to give Rotaract a more prominent role within our organization, I took the lead in pushing for the strongest statement possible about Rotaract's status within Rotary. And as a result, you are now partners in service and an integral part of Rotary International. It has been the experience of a lifetime for Gay and me to take part in this journey as Rotary International President. You as Rotaractors have taken this journey with us, greeting us at airports, providing cheerful vocal support during speeches, and bringing new vitality to everything that we do. Gay and I will miss your companionship and support, and we hope all of you keep in touch. I will still be just a Facebook post away from all of you. I am sure that many of you continue to have questions about the changes in Rotaract. And rather than anticipating them all in one speech, the Elevate Rotaract Task Force will discuss the changes in more detail during a live stream session tomorrow, Sunday, June 28, at 8 a.m. Chicago time. I hope to see you there. Thank you for participating, and thank you for your tireless commitment to Rotaract and to Rotary. Rotary could not connect the world without you.
Thank you, President Mark, for taking the time to be here with us today. We are also excited to have served with you, and we thank you and Guy for the wonderful service that you have given to this great organization. Before we hear from our next speaker, I want to remind you all to use the Rotaract hashtag when posting about the Virtual Rotaract Postconvention on social media. We love seeing your posts about our virtual experience, and we call upon you to use hashtag Rotaract20. And now, allow me to introduce, and I'm excited for all of you to have the opportunity to hear directly from Rotary International's General Secretary, John Hewko. The General Secretary has served Rotary International for 9 years and oversees a team of 800 amazing staff members. We are grateful for his continued leadership this year. Please, Rotaractors all over the world, join me with a Rotary Connects the World hand clap and round of applause to welcome General Secretary John.
Hello, Rotaractors. It's a great pleasure to address you at the 2020 Rotaract Postconvention event, our first ever virtual postconvention. I'm sorry that we all couldn't meet together in person, but I am grateful to be able to speak to you at least by video. Now, I know that many of you must feel that with the triple blow of COVID-19, massive social unrest, unemployment, and economic decline, 2020 is not a year to celebrate. It's true, coronavirus has already claimed hundreds of thousands of lives. It's upended our way of life and constrained our cherished freedoms. It's confined us to our homes. And even before COVID-19, you are part of a generation who has had to grapple with a world of increasing social and political upheavals. Many of you graduated during a global economic depression and had to struggle to start your careers. Some of you graduate today in a time of economic strife. Many of you have witnessed rising social inequality and political polarization. And some of you might be disenchanted with business practices that don't meet your high ethical standards, or disappointed with government's inability to solve long-standing social problems, especially problems of inequality and justice. So it would be easy to feel helpless in the face of all this disappointment. It would be easy to feel nothing more than anguish and anger in the face of these crises. But when I look at the reaction of Rotaractors to our moment of crisis, I don't see helplessness. I don't see people paralyzed by fear. Instead, I see decisive action to curb the impact of coronavirus and to make connections despite physical isolation. In Bangalore, India, I see Rotaractors helping to create a COVID-19 dashboard to help the state of Karnataka identify disease hotspots and pinpoint their emergency assistance. In Treviglio, Italy, I see Rotaractors raising money for Italian hospitals. In Uganda, I see Rotaractors walking many miles to deliver medical supplies to vulnerable populations. And when I see your actions on the front lines, I know that you see the opportunities in this time of turmoil. Ultimately, your unique talents, honed in the digital era, will be vital as we find new ways to connect and serve in the post-COVID future. And some things will need to change permanently as we move forward. Because if our vision is to bring more people together to create lasting change, then now is the time to invite Rotaractors to be an equal partner in shaping our future. And this is why Rotary International has made several changes recommended by the Elevate Rotary Task Force to give you the opportunity to amplify your impact. Effective next month, Rotaract clubs will be able to establish a new club with or without a Rotary Club sponsor. Rotaract clubs will be open to all young adults at least 18 years old. Rotary districts are encouraged to include Rotaractors in every district committee so that you can have a say in the decisions which direct our future. But we didn't stop there. We also set a goal to increase the number of Rotaractors to 1 million by 2029. Just think of that possibility. 1 million dynamic social entrepreneurs, bringing us closer to the promise of a better future, bringing us closer to the UN Sustainable Development Goals of zero poverty, zero hunger, equality, peace, justice, and more. It's an ambitious target, but I believe, as I hope you do, that anything less than high ambition will not bring the lasting change we need to come out of this crisis and build a world that is fairer, more resilient, and more inclusive. The world needs Rotary now more than ever. The world needs you, our innovators, our champions of change, our pioneers of progress, to make it happen. So let's seize the moment, because that's what Rotaractors do. Thank you very much.
Thanks, General Secretary Hewko. It's always great to have your perspective on Rotary and Rotaract. Thank you for your dedication and commitment. And now, it's time for Rotaract Around the World, where we share with you statistics and the growth happening in Rotaract all over the world. This year, we have 10,558 Rotaract clubs in 180 countries. There are also 200,290 reported Rotaractors. And now let's see which districts chartered the most Rotaract clubs this year. District 3030 with 23 clubs. District 33202 with 24 clubs. And District 3282 with 56 clubs. Wow, that is incredible. Ronald, why don't you share with us the top 5 countries with the most Rotaractors?
Thank you, Elyse, and I'll be happy to do that. Over the past year, we have had countries, Rotarians and Rotaractors all over the world work together, and we have seen a growth of young leaders within our communities. Join me as I recognize the country with the 5th highest number of Rotaractors in the world, with 7,037 Rotaractors, and that is the United States. Wow, amazing work in the US. Next is the country with the 4th highest number of Rotaractors in the world, with 7,185 Rotaractors. Join me to recognize the country Italy. What amazing work that has been done. And the country with the 3rd highest number of Rotaractors, with 8,323 Rotaractors in the world, and the country is Brazil. We are still getting exciting news and amazing work that Rotarians and Rotaractors all over the world have been doing. And allow me to recognize the country with the 2nd highest number of Rotaractors in the world, with 12,501 Rotaractors, and the country is the Philippines. And of course, I want to thank our member of the committee this year, Rotarian Chuck and Campbell, who is from the Philippines, and all the Rotarians in the Philippines for doing an amazing work and being the 2nd highest growing country with Rotaract numbers. And now, the trophy goes to the winner, the country with the most number of Rotaractors in the world, with 84,833 amazing young leaders, amazing Rotaractors, and the country is India. Wow, India, keep up the great work, and that's a lot of Rotaractors. Elyse, why don't you tell us a little bit about what Rotaractors have done all over the world now that we are faced with the global COVID-19 pandemic?
Sure, Ronald. This is really a very difficult time for all of us. The Rotaractors around the world are taking action and doing amazing things to help their communities. In Romania, the Rotaractors are distributing supplies to local hospitals. In Ghana, Rotaractors are educating communities about proper sanitation, health, and hygiene. In India, Rotaractors are providing food for families in need and helping create ways to track the virus. In the Philippines, Rotaractors are making and distributing masks to healthcare workers. In Poland, Rotaractors are sewing masks for nursing homes. In Uganda, Rotaractors are delivering medical supplies to vulnerable populations. In Italy, Rotaractors are raising money for area hospitals. I'm sure there are many more ways you and your club are helping your community right now, and we want to hear about them. Share what you are doing to help your community during the global coronavirus pandemic on social media using the hashtag Rotaract20.
Wow. The Rotaractors all over the world, our partners in service, are doing a lot in their communities right now. And we want to thank you, all the amazing Rotaractors all over the world, for the works that you are doing. I would like to thank my co-chair, Elyse, Rotary International President, Mark Maloney, General Secretary, John Hewko, and all of you for joining us today. We have come to the end of the first day as we move on to the breakout sessions, which are going to start now. Tomorrow, we again want to invite you to join us as we have an amazing day. We listen to various speakers tomorrow, and we're looking forward to all of you to joining us from all over the world. Thank you for joining today, and Elyse and I have been excited to host you during this opening session of the first Virtual Postconvention. We would have been in Honolulu in Hawaii right now, but from wherever you are, thank you for joining us, and God bless you.
If you have any questions about the Virtual Rotaract Postconvention for Rotary International staff members, please message the Rotaract Facebook page or email them at the email address on your screen. We hope you enjoy the Rotaract Postconvention in the next 2 days.